They used to reply instantly. Now, they leave you on read. You stare at your phone, double-checking if it actually went through. Maybe you were too forward, maybe too available. You start to doubt yourself. But let me tell you this. Being ignored is not always rejection. It's often a test, not of your worth, but of your energy. You're about to learn 7 messages they cannot resist, not because they're manipulative, but because they reflect power, clarity, and self-respect. These are Stoic messages that don't beg for attention, but attract it by silence, depth, and mystery. Let's begin. 1. Hey, saw this, and it reminded me of something you once said. Scene 2. Flashback visual. Old chat memory appears. Voice tone, warm reflection. This message isn't a compliment. It's a reminder of shared meaning. It says, I remembered what you said. Not because I miss you, but because it had value. You connect without craving. You reappear subtly. Why it works. People crave emotional imprint. When you remember someone's words, it flatters their ego and soul. They begin to think, I mattered. Stoic insight. A Stoic doesn't chase attention. They observe, then act with calm precision. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. This message reveals that you think deeply, and that's attractive in a world of shallow talk. 2. I completely forgot to thank you for that advice you gave a while back. It really worked. Scene 3. Casual office or gym. Voice tone, honest, humble. This message is pure power. Why? Because gratitude is a rare currency. It says, I don't need you to come back. I just wanted to give credit where it's due. Why it works. It flips the script. They feel useful, valued, even if they ghosted you. And they'll ask themselves, wait, they're doing fine? Stoic insight. Seneca taught that true power is internal validation. You didn't reach out to win them. You reached out because you've won your own respect. 3. I've been thinking a lot lately about what really matters. Funny how clarity hits when you're not looking for it. Scene 4. Man walking in nature. Music builds slightly. Voice, soft, mysterious. This one? It's not a message. It's a mirror. It shows you're not chasing. You're reflecting. It doesn't demand a reply, but it demands attention. Why it works. This message carries weight. It hints you've evolved. And they'll wonder, what clarity did you find? Did it involve them? Did it exclude them? Stoic insight. This is detachment in words. You've learned to live without needing closure, and in that void, you become magnetic. 4. I've started doing things differently lately. Small shifts, big results. Scene 5. Gym, book reading, financial growth, alone but composed. Now we speak the language of evolution. This message tells them, I'm not who I was when you ignored me. Why it works. You don't brag. You just drop a seed. And that seed grows into curiosity. They'll revisit old texts, rewatch your stories. They'll want to see the new version of you. Stoic insight. A Stoic does not announce growth. They embody it. As Epictetus said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. And this message, it's embodiment in disguise. 5. No pressure to respond. Just wanted to say I hope things are going well on your end. Scene 6. Calm coffee shop. Man reading alone. Voice, controlled warmth. This is where emotional mastery speaks. No pressure, no expectations, just peace. Why it works. It's disarming. People expect anger, guilt trips, or passive aggression after being ignored. But this is different. It creates contrast. You become the exception. Stoic insight. Acceptance is Stoicism's sharpest weapon. You're not reaching out to get something. You're proving that you're beyond needing anything. And that makes you rare. 6. I realized I had to stop blaming others for the way I felt. That shift changed everything. Scene 7. Journal entry, candlelit room, voice, deep, calm, reflective. Now, you're owning your path. You're not sending a message to reinitiate contact. You're revealing transformation. Why it works? It shows self-awareness, that you're no longer operating from pain, but purpose. They'll be intrigued. What happened to them? Why do they sound so centered? Stoic insight. You are responsible for your emotional reality, and when you act from that place, even silence becomes a statement. 7. No message for weeks. Then, you were right about one thing. Scene 8. Fade to black screen, ping sound, voice, whisper tone, slow. This is the final message, and it's not a message. It's a bomb of curiosity. Why it works. It's unresolved. They'll burn to know. Right about what? When? About me? It traps them in a mental loop. Stoic insight. A Stoic knows the power of delayed action. Silence creates anticipation, and when you finally speak, your words land like thunder. Final scene. Montage of solo, growth, piano music, voice, calm and firm. In the end, it's not about whether they reply. It's about who you become when they don't. You are not your rejection. You are not their silence. You are your response. These 7 messages are not spells. They are reflections of a powerful truth. When you master detachment, mystery, and growth, they cannot resist. They feel your energy and wonder why they ever ignored it in the first place. Be calm, be still, be stoic, because those who once ignored you will one day read your silence like a letter they can't stop opening.